It would help if I unmuted our mics. So let me try that again. Ladies and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Thursday night on the Indie Escape Network presents World Class Clown with Robert Bass. What's happening, man?
Hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, what? I'm on a mini vacation. I'm here on time. Listen, I am batting a 50% ratio, and I'm gonna take it.
Well, as you may know, I'm on a longer vacation. I am not going back to work until the second of the year, which I'm very excited to have some time off.
Well, I've talked about this at work, and this is kind of me throwing a little monkey wrench into the plan. But I've talked about my spindle.
Hold on a second. Go ahead with that again.
I've talked about my spindle. Big Wet Brazilians Volume 3. That's the top one. I just wanted to let you know. I tell some stories that seem outrageous, but now for the most part, they are real. They are real. Yep. And then, I mean, if I showed you the second one, you'd be like, well, you must really have a thing for Latino women.
Okay, go ahead.
Big round Latin culos. which translates to ass.
I can see what kind of episode this is going to be.
Oh, no, it's not. But, given the fact that, it's Christmas, there you are. Merry Christmas, Joe.
Well, thanks.
Not a problem. So, I guess we're going to go ahead and, network with my fellow
we do some housekeeping. Absolutely. Let's see what we got going on. David Lee Madison, who hosts The End of the Night on Sunday nights, he actually just released a movie on Amazon. So, ladies and gentlemen, please go check out Full Moon Fever on Amazon Prime Video right now. It is a werewolf movie. Check it out. And if you guys haven't already, if you're new, go over to our socials. Give us a like, follow, subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it means the world to us. And so most of the shows are on hiatus right now for the holidays. We've got Generation Movie returning the second week of January, I believe. Also Loud and Nerdy. Kind of big news. Your last guest is apparently joining our network. So
give it up for Troy.
Right, Troy
Hill Talks
is joining the network. His first show is going to be Thursday, January 9th.
That's what's up. Oh, man.
And again, for you Florida folks, Terry Jarrow, director and writer of the original Harlow's Haunt. Harlow's Haunt 2 is going to start shooting next year in the Orlando area and possibly a few other places. And I think that's all I have for now. Let's see.
Really? Oh, man. Well,
evening, boys. Things to start. Know who belong on the naughty list.
I mean, listen, maybe. Maybe. I was going to go there, but then, it takes a left and things get outrageous. But, yeah, definitely. You can put me on the top of it. I'm on the top of the naughty list.
Top of what? I'm sorry?
The naughty list. Simply because, the only thing at this stage in my life that I can offer is disappointment. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're married, so.
Yeah, well, so you can ask her. I got a reference. She's highly disappointed. Highly often. Whatever.
So what do you got in the red Solo cup there, man?
Yeah. Ice.
And this is a nicotine pen.
Yeah, there we go. So, a little pineapple juice. It's an apple liquor and pineapple juice. I mean, I guess I could say it now. It's crown apple and pineapple, but at a certain point, we're gonna stop free advertisements.
Absolutely, you're correct.
Yeah. So, but that's what's in the cup. You know, why not? 'Tis the season. You know, Joe. What I was gonna start off with was the "'twas the night before Christmas," blah blah blah. You know, and then I decided, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. What I am gonna do is listen. You guys, the ones who have been here since day one, you've experienced 3, and this would be your 4th show. I'm batting 50%. You know, 2 of the shows I was on time, 2 of them I wasn't. So we're trying to end the season or the year great. But we are in the holiday season. So that's kind of where I wanted to kind of center this show around.
Good evening, Ken.
Yeah, I was going to say, you sound like you were about to say something.
Well, I'm just trying to determine where you're going next and if I want to leave or not.
Well, you know, Christmas. Like, I'm a weird fellow in the sense that, you know, a lot of the things that I like, most people don't see that until I kind of explain and things of that nature. So, you know, Christmas, I love Christmas. I don't know if it's necessarily because of the way that other people love Christmas, but it's just a great time, and I have great memories. I love, you know, I joke about watching Hallmark movies, but I actually watch them. Lately, I've been trying to watch Christmas movies that are on the less popular channels. So I think tonight.
Does it end in Hub?
No. I watch those every day. It doesn't matter the season. No, it ends with a B, and it starts with 2. So, you know, I was thinking probably tonight, you know, after the show, or maybe early tomorrow, I'll watch Christmas in Compton, because I mean, it's Black, and why not? So that was my thought process. It was another one I had watched earlier today. Yeah, all the Christmas movies are the same, but it puts me in a great place, a great space. I think, you know, now being the age of 48, you know, after having to have adulted to the point of having adults now, you know, some things you miss. The excitement of Christmas, you know, and so that was kind of where I wanted to take the show. You know, there's 2 stories I wanted to tell. One of which I'm not going to tell the whole story. I'll just kind of give the premise of it. It was kind of the last great Christmas I had with my mom. And I think I was probably in the 4th grade. That's sad. But yeah, like, man, my mom, when she did it big. And so this last one, like, we had a Christmas tree up, but there were no gifts underneath the Christmas tree. And then it was Christmas Eve, and all of a sudden gifts started rolling out, and it was like big gifts. And I think that was the first time, if ever, I can recall not wanting to go to sleep or feeling like I couldn't go to sleep because I couldn't wait for Christmas or that time where I could go and I could unwrap my gift. And then the other one was about my dad. My dad, I'm a firm believer that your experiences are determined by your proximity to difference. And what I mean by that is I grew up in a neighborhood that was predominantly Black. You know, my experience with white people or or the whites was school. Like, so, you know, you go to school, yeah, you have white friends, it's whatever. But you never really get to see how the other side lives until you kind of get older. And so for me, you know, there were certain things, like, I got older, and you know, as an adult with children, you kind of congregate to other adults with children, and then you would have white friends that would say, well, hey, at what point did you you know, tell your kids Santa Claus wasn't real? And my response was always, bitch, I'm Black. Like, Santa Claus ain't never been real. Like, I don't. It was never a thing in our house. Like, I worked too hard to give a fat white man credit for what I was doing. And I don't think my kids ever really.
And that's something I'm accustomed to.
Well, I mean, you kind of look like Santa, so it's a little different. You can work that angle. I, on the other hand, couldn't work that angle. Like, my kids, first off, you know, my bottom row of teeth are more crooked than a politician, so I couldn't put on a fake beard and ho 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 to my kids, and they be like, Daddy, we see your teeth. We know that's you. Like, so it was that kind of thing. But I think more so where it came from was my dad. My dad had this tradition wherein I want to say roughly around Halloween, maybe around Halloween or just after Halloween, he would ask me and my brother, what do you want for Christmas? Because now is the time to tell me. Because if you don't, there's a chance you won't get it for Christmas. So Christmas was great from the standpoint of how the world celebrated it. Being younger, I liked the Christmas shows, Frosty the Snowman, Jack Frost, all of those. I think, and I want to say either Jack Frost or Frosty the Snowman was like narrated by what was the Van Dyke guy?
Oh, Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke. One of them, or at least I remember a Christmas story that was narrated.
I mean,
by
basically,
him.
what you're saying is all the Rankin Bass Christmas specials that came out in the late '60s and '70s.
Yeah, that were just basically on the loop in the '80s, like in the '90s. I love that time. I love watching those. I love going to sleep knowing that tomorrow would be Christmas and I would have whatever I wanted. Well, I generally tell people that my dad is probably the cheapest man I know. All the way to the fact that, even if I say something or I object to something my wife wants to do from a financial angle, she'll be like, just like your dad. So me and my brother had to be roughly about 13. And this was the year that broke my dad. So it was the same routine, roughly around Halloween or just before Thanksgiving. My dad asked the magical question, "Hey, what do you guys want for Christmas?" And that year, my brother asked for a gold chain. I was never really into jewelry, but my brother wanted a gold chain, and that was the year the Sega Genesis came out. And I said, "I want a Sega Genesis." Yeah. Now, I want to put a pin in that because I want you to understand how my young mind worked. Like when I was younger, like, everybody talked about those great jobs. You're either a doctor or you're a lawyer or you're a superstar. My dad was a mailman. And so I didn't know. Like, I was like, shit. There was a point in time where I was like, I didn't want to tell nobody my dad was a mailman. What fuck? And then
what's wrong with being a mailman?
Well, then I got older and started to realize like a mailman was actually a pretty damn good job. So then, I would tell people, what does your dad do? My dad is a United States postal carrier. He wasn't a mailman. He was a United States postal carrier. And
sounds much more important.
Sounds way more important. And then like we would take vacations and I realized like my dad had money. He just didn't want to spend it on us. So back to this Christmas story. So Christmas comes around. My dad would pick us up on Christmas morning. We would go out to Denny's. We would eat breakfast. Now, my dad, when he first got out of the service, my dad used to like run like he was still in the service. So like he would try to get his little 5 miles in or whatever the case may be. I say little 5 miles, which is kind of disrespectful when shit, I can't run 5 feet. But at a certain point, that kind of went by the wayside. So my dad would eat, and my dad could put on some weight. And so he comes, he picks us up, he brings the gift. And this is the craziest thing. Like my dad, to be cheap, bought wrapping paper, and he would wrap the gifts that we knew what they were. Like I don't know, whatever. I really think it was my stepmom. So he comes over, I open it up. Guess what I got for Christmas? Sega Genesis. Oh boy. Best day in the world. My brother got the gold chain. He already got the gold chain on. My dad's like, come on, let's go to breakfast. We go to breakfast. We sit down. We order breakfast. Ignorance is bliss. And the reason I say that is because we were so wrapped up in how great Christmas was. We didn't take in consideration our dad's actions and how he was moving. So Now, brother, we got our breakfast. My dad orders a cup of coffee. We were paying attention. That would have been the telltale sign. But no, oh, we just eating, we eating. And finally he says, so, how y'all enjoying Christmas? Oh, it's great. Dad, this is probably the best one ever. He was like, good. It's the last one. And my dad vowed to never buy us another Christmas gift. And he kept his word. Like that was it. We were 13 years old and Christmas stopped. The little fat black Santa Claus that we knew said, no, we're not naughty, nice. I don't give a fuck. You ain't getting shit else. And then he said, you know, you guys are getting older and your gifts are getting more expensive. And yeah, I'm not about to do it. And so yeah, that was the last Christmas. Actually, there was one other Christmas. We got Miami Dolphin t-shirts. And my dad is a stickler for points. And what I mean by points is if he says something, he follows through with it. If there's a message, he follows through with the message. So when we open up the shirts, you know, it was a shirt, whatever, but it came from my dad. He was like, oh, let me be clear. I didn't buy that. You can thank your stepmom for that. She saw those. She thought you would like them. So she wrapped them up for Christmas. And yeah, so that was when Christmas got real, because roughly about the same time was when my mom started popping out babies like Powerball numbers.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to remember back then. That was a long time ago. What did the Genesis 289 Genesis read? And did it come with Sonic back then, or
no?
Golden Axe,
Altered Beast.
Altered Beast. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I had to wait, man. I had to wait like another year or so to buy my friends off of his for $50 with all the games when he got bored with it.
No, so that was kind of the thing. I mean, you also have to take in consideration that was the era where parents was like, oh, well, no, you can't have a video game because it's going to mess up the color on our television.
I don't remember that.
No. And then
I mean, we didn't have LED TVs back then. We had tube TVs.
No, we had the color television with the tube. Maybe that's what happened in black households, which is even stupider. Like, why would you buy the game and then tell me I can't play the game because you think that it's going to mess up the TV? I don't know.
Did you happen to see that the adapter that I posted like yesterday or the day before from the video games? And I said I'm that old where you had to have the RF adapter for the video game.
But I know exactly what you're talking about. Especially like when Nintendo came out, so you had for the cable ready television, and then you had the box, and you could hook, and then you had
a slide on it so it could go to TV or video game.
Yep. I know definitely my stepdad didn't like video games. He was like, "No, you're gonna mess up the television." How am I gonna mess up the television?
What was that your first video game system?
At that point, no.
Come on, you didn't have an Atari 2600?
I did. I did. But that was at my grandmother's house. My grandmother was like, whatever. Like,
it's not going to ruin my TV.
Yeah, because you can only play it at certain times and whatever. So
you can't play it when the guiding light is on. Or
right. And you can only play it in my bedroom. You can't play it in the living room because that's where we watch television. And so I got the Atari 2600 when it went on that massive sale for like $50. And
the end of Atari.
Yeah, I had Moon Patrol, and there was a couple other games I had, and that was short lived. And
Ken saying Pong was his first actual video game system. He was 4 in 1972.
Jeez.
And and let's see, Raven saying the network's got their very own mailman Kyle. Laugh out loud.
Yeah,
Raven, I'm not reading all that. I am so freaking blind that
I had a completely different experience. My uncle literally married a woman whose dad was a very well-known Santa and whose name was legally Santa. So growing up, I couldn't say he didn't exist. Truly fucked up my childhood, although my favorite memory of the man was him cleaning the pool in Christmas trunks. He even owned reindeer. he gave me a uniquely magical yet completely mind-washed childhood. LOL. Listen, I'm not even mad. I like the dedication. Like, yeah, I mean, I can see how that would mess you up. I mean, like, so I always point out the fact that I'm black, just in case people can't figure that out, or maybe they need to adjust their screens. And I could have went the cheesy route, like, oh, well, I knew Santa wasn't real because the neighborhood I grew up in didn't have chimneys. I don't think that, like, me and my siblings or me and my cousins, I don't think we ever really thought of it that way. Like, Christmas was a great time. Like, for whatever reason, everybody was happy. The family got together back then, and even the ones that we didn't really like, it still was a good day. And you come over, people bring dishes, and we eat. We play with our toys or whatever the case may be. For the longest, before my dad would ask us what we wanted for Christmas, my dad, I want to say, every year would buy us a bicycle. Like, you couldn't go wrong with a bicycle. The crazy part was I would be living with my grandmother. And my grandmother was very paranoid in the sense that she didn't want anything to happen to us. So we could only ride the bicycle. And I say we because I had to share it with my cousins. We could only ride the bicycle for a length of 3 houses. Our house was the one in the middle. You can only ride to the end of the yard to the right and to the end of the yard to the left. And then when you like you start off, you go, then you loop around, and then you come back, and then it's the next person's turn. So like it's weird because even thinking about it now, like, life was so simple then. I remember my aunt once saying, like, growing up, we were poor, we just didn't know it. And because life just seemed to be great. Ignorance was bliss. We tell the jokes about the fact that we couldn't go past the other 2 houses, which was weird because that only applied when we were playing. But we had to walk to the end of the street to catch the bus. She didn't have a problem then. And then you go to the other corner, that was like the local convenience store. Didn't have a problem then. Also, I grew up in a day and era where, I could go pick up a pack of cigarettes from my uncle. All I had to tell him was, who my uncle was. And they was like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't know.
And there was 8-year-old Robert smoking cigarettes.
Yeah. Winston Reds in a box. So now, my wife loves Christmas to the point that I want to say before this past year, the previous 3 years, our Christmas tree never came down. As we speak right now, she's watching Tubi and a Christmas movie. She put up our Christmas trees this year, probably a week before Halloween.
Wow.
Yeah, so it kind of helps me to, reignite that love for Christmas,
I gotta say, it sings with the note. That is.
I didn't even have to have a note.
That
I just went with the money.
Hey! I gotta tell you about Aaron. Aaron, he's gonna be the co-host at first on Troy Hill's new show coming up January 9th.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Oh man,
he's a good cat.
Oh no, I didn't hate it. As a grown up, I got to spread the brainwash to Kyle's kids. Told me they didn't believe, and I delivered them a Santa who knows them and exactly what they had done bad. Okay. Let's act like you know how to read, Robert. Told me they didn't believe, and I delivered them a Santa who know them and exactly what they had done that night before. The power was amazing. Yeah, I guess that's probably the one thing that I'll miss. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with my kids, like they knew. It was kind of the same experience that I experienced with my dad. Like they knew, like, hey, what is it that you want? My kids saw gifts underneath the Christmas tree at least 2 weeks before Christmas. So they wasn't worried about somebody, coming through an imaginary chimney to deliver gifts. And even my granddaughter, I had to have the conversation with her, like, what do you want for Christmas? You need to let Pop know, otherwise you're not gonna get it. And I realized, like through the course of the year, I was granddad, and then when Christmas came around, I got the cute name again. Now I'm Pop. So we'll see how long that lasts. If she likes the gift, if she don't like the gift, I'm going back to granddad. I already know.
Well. And so you mentioned something funny to me, at least, is you lived in Florida and there's no chimneys. Man, imagine my shock moving from Long Island, New York, where every house was a 2-story house with a basement and a chimney, to Florida, where it's all friggin' flat, no chimneys. So 1984, I moved down here. 8 years old. I'm freaking the fuck out. How the hell is Santa getting in the goddamn house?
Yeah. I mean, for us, like we kind of it was just a thing. And I think then when we got older and we had better understanding and you know, those of us who had sense of humor started to develop, then it was like, man, Santa ain't coming to my hood. Like, you gotta be crazy. You know, the only thing gonna happen to Santa, he come to our hood, we're gonna try to sell him some crack. Like, which, by the way,
well, Santa, no. Santa prefers snow, man. He prefers snow.
I'm pretty
not
sure.
Crack.
And I'm not saying we didn't have people in the neighborhood who could have provided that amenity for him. I'm just saying, like, I didn't fucking live in New Jack City. Like, you know what I mean? Like, again, I was a kid walking to the corner store asking for a pack of Winston Red in a box, shorts, for the Iceman, which is weird. I don't know why they call my uncle the Iceman, but whatever.
Sounds like a serial killer.
My uncle was a player. He was a player in the good era. There was no cell phone, so like if they wanted to catch him cheating, they had to leave their house. Like, the shit is weird. But yeah, Christmas.
I got to bring this comment up, and since your eyesight's better than mine, you can read it again.
I can't wait, and I still love the idea of Santa for kids. I think it's really important for children to have an imagination. I swear it brings creativity. Have a great night and great show, gents. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. We're going to have you on soon, Aaron. Sir, please.
And I agree. And I think for me, that thing is not necessarily Santa. I never shot down Santa for my kids. My kids just never talked about Santa. You know what I mean? But
did you have any weird traditions for Christmas? And what by weird, I mean, okay, so we know people that this is a thing, in case you didn't know. They get like a pickle ornament or a pickle, and they hide the pickle in the tree. And whoever finds the pickle gets a prize or something.
Probably 10 years ago. There was this young lady I used to fool around with. I helped her wrap her kids' presents, and then I hid my pickle. But other than that, no, we didn't have any weird traditions. Actually, so the weird thing is, we had people that came through our neighborhood. Like, they weren't Jehovah's Witnesses, but what they would do is, like, they would come through, and then, you know, hey, around Christmas time we'll bring gifts and stuff like that. And so that was one of the unique things I think I had visited, you know, when I was younger.
Yeah,
what kind of white shit?
I don't know if it's Spanish or Italian, because I've seen both do it. So, I mean, it may not be crazy Canadian shit like Ken is.
I will say this. I think for me, I think in watching like a lot of Christmas movies and Hallmark movies, I think the thing that I like about them is that it sparks my imagination. Like, I'm 48 and I've never seen snow. Now, I've heard, like, it's beautiful to see. You don't want to be in it. But for me, it's a staple of Christmas. I grew up in Florida. It's people that my freaking neighbor across the street, I know for a fact he's going to be out in his driveway with shorts on, no shirt, a can of beer, saying Merry Christmas. Like, so for a native Floridian, it never feels like Christmas. And I think that's what.
Well, the high on Christmas is 76. So, I mean, it's not.
Bruh, I'm wearing shorts if it's 76. I can tell you that right now. Matter of fact, I think tomorrow I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna find me some short shorts, the kind I can't really, and then give me a little bit of, and that's what I'm wearing on Christmas.
But you might start a friction fire.
No, I'm not even gonna fucking be able to move. What are you talking about? I'm just gonna put them shits on and ho ho ho. Like no, screw that.
So how about caroling?
Nope, never did that. Never did that.
Did you ever have any come to your house?
Fuck no.
No, me neither.
No.
I was just curious.
No, so no, not at all.
I learned something at a job when I was a teenager, and these guys would go caroling, and they said people actually reward them with gifts and stuff for coming to their house and caroling, and I found that fascinating.
I seen that in the movie once. Once again, not to like enrich a stereotype. It just didn't do that kind of stuff in my neighborhood. Now, as it pertains to like Christmas programs and things of that nature, well, we got that through school. So we kind of got the caroling experience, but it was in the gym during a Christmas show. But no, nobody ever came Christmas to our house. I think the other thing was my childhood was unique in the sense that, when my parents had me, they were young. My mom was like 17. I think she was 17, about to turn 18. And so I spent a lot of time at my grandmother's house. And so I was able to experience, I guess, 3 generations because I was able to experience my great grandmother. I was able to experience my grandmother. And then, once she got on her feet, I was able to experience my mom. And so a lot of the things was experiencing my great grandmother, her stories, the things that she remembered, and how things were different, and how, some kids just seem to be so ungrateful. And I think for me, it gave me a different perspective of how I looked at Christmas. It was a great time. My uncle, he fit the stereotype. My uncle never took down the Christmas lights. Like,
is that Iceman?
Yeah, Iceman. Iceman put them up. They freaking stand up. And then come the day after Thanksgiving, I'm gonna plug them up. Yeah, they're not up. I guess we got a couple blown bulbs. Let me find out which one is. There it is. Now the lights are up. I've done my job for Christmas.
So what was a traditional Christmas meal for you for dinner?
Oh man. So one of the things was my great grandmother always cooked a sweet potato pie. And it wasn't just one because she had gotten a reputation for them being good. What I learned later in life, the reputation is always started by the people in your family. And the reason I say that, my great grandmother's sweet potato pies were awesome. But when I would experience other people's sweet potato pie and their grandmother was the best at it, I was like, this shit. Like, this is not like hers. Like, hers is the best. And so we had that. Let me see. I think Christmas, for the most part, we did ham. We didn't really do turkeys for Christmas. That was mainly Thanksgiving. So we
just had it a month ago. What the hell do we need that for?
Exactly. So we would definitely have ham. We would have collard greens, cornbread, sweet potato pie, and there would be other sides. Potato salad. Shit. The list goes on. Oh,
so you never experienced the 7 fishes for for Christmas dinner?
No.
Oh man, yeah. Okay. So growing up as a guinea kid, yeah, that happened a couple of times. And for those of you who don't know, yeah, the 7 fishes, and yes, it's fishes, FISHES, fishes. I had to think about that for a second.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, are you sure? Because you don't sound too sure with that.
Well, this damn nicotine pipe, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah. So as a tiny tot, I was like, you see on TV Tiny Tim eating this big friggin' awesome feast. Then there's 7 fishes.
Mm.
I don't recommend it.
Is gefilte one of them?
It could be whatever you want, basically. There was always squid, calamari, squid, squingeal. That's what my grandfather.
When you say it, Joe, I love calamari, but when you say it, I got a feeling I would not have liked it.
I love seafood as an adult,
Right.
but eating 7 of them at Christmas. So no, we actually do the traditional Italian food now because we have so many. We have like 20 people over for Christmas Eve, and we're cheap.
Well, no, you know what? And here's the thing. I mean, even to the point that was made earlier, and allowing kids, Aaron's point, to allow the kids to enjoy it and to build a creativity. What I love is, in my journey in life, I only had 2 kids. And I say only because there was, like I say, my mom had 8. For me, I only had 2 kids, and I was content with the 2 kids. But now, these kids are about to be 30 and 27. And so the joy of them, unwrapping presents and things of that nature, I think that's the thing, if anything, that I missed. So now being an uncle, my siblings don't live in the state of Florida. So to be an uncle and experience their joy, that's probably going to happen later in life because they don't come back to Florida for Christmas, which is understandable. But I get to experience that through my granddaughter. I get to experience that through my wife's nieces and nephews, who affectionately refer to me as Uncle Robert, and we go that route. So there's many elements of it that I love, but I think the other thing that I like about Christmas is that you have Christmas Eve, which is the eve of Christmas. I feel like Christmas is the eve of bullshit. What do you mean the eve of bullshit, Robert? Because this is around about the time when motherfuckers start lying to themselves. Like, next year, I'm going to be different. I am going to go on this diet. I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to get my summer body. Summer body? Well, some of y'all need to cut that shit out. You ain't going to do nothing. I know. I did it myself. Like, I was having this conversation earlier. Like, I remember once upon a time, I had a gym membership. And I also remember why I stopped that gym membership. The reason I stopped that gym membership is because if you know me, you know my body. I don't have a problem telling y'all I'm a chunky motherfucker. Like, I cannot breathe and tie my shoes at the same time. I have to pick one or the other. I am right there on the cusp of slide-on shoes. Why the fuck you think I like Crocs so much? It's because I can just fucking slide my foot right in. But what I'm not going to tell you is that, you know what? After the first of the year, bitch, I'm busting down the gym. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. My tradition is, and probably will remain, I will go by the gym. And by the gym, I mean drive by. I'm not going to do it. Christmas is the eve for liars. Listen, anybody that's under the sound of my voice that's hearing this, listen, if you have a goal and that's what you want to do, cool. Here's what I will tell you, though. I'm skeptical. Show me. God damn it. Let me see your January 1st picture, your February 1st picture, all the way up to your summer body. And if you get it, great. But if you don't, remember this conversation. I told you then. I want you to look. We're going into the future. I'm talking to the future you. I told you then, meaning today, you're a fucking liar. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You know how I'm going to change how I eat? I may start eating with spoons because forks have slits in them and food falls through it. But if I eat with a spoon, I can literally shovel that shit down my throat.
And if you have a spork, you could do better.
Nah, because I might stab myself because I'm trying to get there so quick.
Well, I mean, is this my summer body or my winter body? I mean,
all the above. It is all the freaking above. I joke about it, but I've come to the conclusion now. We went to Orlando last weekend. And Orlando is generally busy already. But you take in consideration now it's the holiday season. So you have people that I'm pretty certain are just visiting. And then you have the people that are there. And the Florida Mall was packed. And I'm looking around because I'm walking. You can't help but to look around. Like, it's just, there was a chick. She had on shorts. And when I tell you, half of her ass cheeks was hanging out, that's a slight exaggeration because I'm pushing more so 3/4 of her cheeks were hanging out. And you know what I thought? I didn't think, God damn, I beat that down. I thought to myself, whew, thank God I'm too old to try to get involved with some bullshit like that. Listen, if you advertising it like that, in my opinion, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get someone who can handle it. You don't fucking sign up for a rodeo if you can't ride the goddamn bull.
It's a trap.
It is a trap. Luckily, I no longer fall for that trap, Joe. Listen, you walk around, hey, you see these people? Hey, even the ones that are fully covered up, but their clothes fit them just right. God bless you. You're beautiful. Get the fuck on. I know what I'm capable of.
Did you go to the beef jerky store next where you can get free samples?
Fuck no. I don't do beef jerky. It's weird. That's weird to me. I don't want dried out meat. You know, let me explain something to you, Joe. I'm black.
You don't say.
I probably said that 20 times this show. Up until a certain point in your life, you're taught to order your steak well done.
What?
Yeah. Then you become an adult, and then somebody says, "Yo, you probably shouldn't order that well." Hey, I get it. You don't want it rare. Let's bring it down a notch. Let's go at least medium well. And then you realize it's a little bit, okay, that's a little bit juicier. Sometimes you go to a restaurant, they're busy, so your medium well actually comes out medium. Oh, this shit is good. Let me slap some Heinz 57 on this hole and keep it moving.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, I don't do A1. My wife does.
No, why you putting any shit on a good steak?
I forgot, Joe. You white. Y'all don't use seasoning. Listen, what I'm trying to say is
salt and pepper, damn it.
Thank you, Joe.
You don't need A1. Are you putting A1 on a fucking fillet?
Fuck no.
Okay, well, that's what you were making it sound like.
No.
You go to a steakhouse, you're ordering a steak, you're paying $50 for the fucking steak. Why you got to put anything on it?
Listen, you clearly weren't paying attention earlier when I told you my dad is the cheapest man in America, and my wife says sometimes I'm like my dad. Nah, fuck that. $50 for a steak? Shit. The server better just sit down with us. I don't care about shit else. I don't care about none of your other tables. Have a pitcher of Coke, and it better be carbonated because, well, I know what carbonated drinks taste like and what they don't. And every time I think I might need something, I need you. Now, the other thing, Joe, is I'm not one of those people who take the sauce and like slather it all over their steak. No, I put a little bit on the side. I cut it. I like to taste it first. Sometimes I get the steak and it is so perfect, I don't use that. But for the times that I need to. Now, I'm not ordering no fucking fignon filet mignon. I'm not ordering that shit. Why? Because it's too much. And then it's like this. And then it's like fat as fuck. So you can't order it well. You basically got to order it.
All right.
medium.
So a New York strip then.
Ironically, I don't like New York strip. I think they're not the best. I like ribeye.
Porterhouse.
Or you can do a porterhouse. Yeah. No, it's certain steaks I don't like. Don't give me no sirloin.
What? Ken? Is that a Canadian thing?
He doesn't eat beef.
I can understand pork, and because we know people who don't eat pork because They find it dirty and disgusting, but
right. But they'll eat a lobster and crab.
The roaches of the sea.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll go to the Asian restaurants where they put it in the plastic bag with all of the seasoning and shit on it, and oh my God. Let me be quiet because my wife loves it. She's one of them. I don't want her to be like, yeah,
and he's saying he eats a lot of pork. All right.
So I mean,
that's the other white meat.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's Canadian. I don't even know what the fuck that got to do with anything. It just felt like the right thing to say. I mean, are you not eating beef because it's imported from America? Like that I can understand. If that's your reason for not eating beef, okay, cool. But if you're not eating the beef that is homegrown and Canadian, in Canada, eh? Then I don't really understand, eh?
You're gonna speak some French next?
Yeah. Oui. That's about it.
Oh, okay. I apologize.
Oh, all right.
Understood.
God damn, we insensitive, Joe.
God, yeah, that's all you.
It is. I'll take that one. But this is the thing. Like, Christmas is always that turning point for me, the turning point of the year. Why? Because it's at the end of the year, and this is the point where we start all of this shit over. I do believe that I went through stages of, I don't want to say maturing, but I went through stages of changing. There was a point in time when I lied to myself, like, hey, next year, here's what the plan is. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to take better care of my health. And then it didn't happen. And then 2009 rolls around and I started getting fat. So at the end of 2009, I'm like, you know what? 2010, I'm going to slim up. I'm going to hit the gym. I'm not saying I'm getting 6 packs, but I'm going to get rid of the keg. And I got fatter. And then 2011 came. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to wait to New Year's to have a resolution. My resolution is going to happen throughout the year, which was just basically bullshit I done gave up. I am to the point now where I should probably have a New Year's resolution to get myself into better shape, because now I'm at the point, my belts have real belt buckles. I don't wear kitty belts no more. And so now I almost have to wear my belt with the buckle to the side, because if I leave it in the front,
it digs in.
It digs in. So
I know from experience.
So if you want to be healthy, great. Go at it. Don't tell nobody. Just fucking do it.
Like, hey, so speaking of abs and everything, can you read this comment, please?
Oh. Hey, boys. How about the Superman? Listen.
Okay, you see who it's from, right? You see who it's from.
So first and foremost, JW, I want to start off with the very healthy and respectful fuck you. Like, so, right? And here's why I'm saying that. Not because I dislike you.
I haven't seen it yet. I was at work when it came. No, wait a minute. I was at work when it came out, so I want to see it in like 4K on my big TV out in the living room.
Here's the crazy part, right? So right before I got to do the check-in with you, I'm on TikTok. I'm strolling through, and who pops up? This fucking trailer. This is why I'm saying fuck you to you, JW.
It looks good.
The motherfucker look good in the suit. Okay. If I get past his face, he's wearing the suit good. I'm hoping it comes out later. It's computer generated, and he's not really that dude. But then I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy as hell. And then guess who sends it to me again? Freaking Troy Hill Talk sends me the trailer. Dear God, he couldn't even wait to talk about the fucking Superman trailer on his own show, laughing my fucking ass off. You know what? I get the point, but I dogged his fucking Christopher Reeve so bad, I would not have expected anything different. If the roles were reversed, I would have done this at 10:01. I would have been the first comment, and I would have been like, "What about that Superman trailer?" So at least he waited toward the end of the show to be like, "Hey."
He hates being right, apparently.
I ain't say he was right. I just said he looks decent. We ain't seen the movie. That's the trailer. Superman Returns had a great trailer. The movie
it did.
fucking sucked.
And I mean, the advertising, the fucking millions and millions and millions of dollars in advertising. He just got back from Sonic 3.
Oh.
So that's why he couldn't comment earlier, because he was in the movie.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, Thursday night's his movie night. So if anybody,
your fucking life is better than mine.
If nobody knows what we're talking about, please pay attention to Generation Movie on Monday nights and Loud and Nerdy on Tuesday nights. They both resume, I believe, the second week of January. So
yeah,
we plugged you guys earlier as well.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to really watch it because then I was trying to move. It was very important to me to make sure that I was on time and everything got off without a hitch.
For once.
Actually, it would be for twice.
What?
For twice.
What? No. Wait,
the second show in November, I was on time. So the first show I was late. Second show, I was on time. Third show, I was late. Fourth show, I'm on time. You know what, people? I'm gonna make a fucking New Year's resolution that every show, first and third Thursdays of the month, I will be on time.
And I'm gonna make a resolution also. I'm gonna drink less and smoke less when I'm on Robert's show producing it.
Why?
Yeah, shit.
Why?
I don't know. Yeah.
Why would you? Listen,
You
we have a
valid
good time.
point.
We have a good time. It's never no weird shit. JW comes on with the Superman thing. Hey, I'm not even gonna lie. I think he was holding that shit all day. He was holding it all day. Thankfully, he did have to go see Sonic 3. Because that's what he does. And so he probably couldn't wait for the movie to be on. So he's not really gonna give a great review of Sonic 3 because the whole time in his mind he was like, "Oh, I can't wait to shove this shit."
Oh no, you don't understand, man. His nephews are totally into the Sonic thing. So
no Diddy. And when he say he couldn't wait to shove it in my face. So much respect for you, my friend. It is the most anticipated movie of the followed by Fantastic Four and 28 years later.
Nobody cares about Fantastic Four right now.
Yeah, listen, I'm black. That's the 21st time that I said it on this show. I thought the Fantastic Four with Michael B. Jordan was garbage.
Yeah.
Now, I know, I guess in doing the research for it, I guess the original Flame was black. I don't give a damn. Because he good looking and he got abs don't mean he should be the Flame. And then we went to this weird world and you bring back garbage. Superman, I'm gonna tell you right now, JW, you're the only one that highly anticipated it. I didn't highly anticipate it. I didn't give a fuck. Y'all should have left Fat Cavill the fuck alone and let him be Superman. But no, you want to get a whole new director who's supposed to be so great. You know who else is great? You know who else thinks that they're great? You know who else had been told that they were great? Directors on Tubi.
I was pointing the wrong way. This way. This guy.
Well, sometimes. Oh, you? Wait.
No. I was trying to point that way, and yeah, I'm fucking this all up.
It's okay.
So reverse camera thing. He was up at 9 a.m. to watch the Superman trailer. 9 a.m. Bruh. Dude, I am never awake at 9 a.m.
First and foremost, there is somebody that is probably watching this show waiting for me to jump on that. I'm not. You know why? Because there was a point in time where I would get up early on Thursday morning for the weekly update of Grand Theft Auto 5. So, okay, you can have that. Because once again, in your mind, this movie is highly anticipated. And some other people's mind, but not me. Not me at all. I'm going to be all right. Will I go watch it? Nah, probably not. I'm going to wait till it comes on streaming like I did with, what was that Christmas movie you saw with The Rock and Chris Evans? Excuse me, and the dude from
Red One.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Wait, only one? What about Troy? Troy.
Yeah, Troy probably highly, but y'all along the same lines. I'm not
The
that
movie
guy. Like,
guy.
yeah, if I see a movie and I thought it was great, great. You guys, like, you have to dig into it, and that's cool. I'm not that's no disrespect or anything. That's your lane. That's what you guys. It ain't fucking highly anticipating that shit. You
Hey,
know what
but
I'm highly.
but Fat Cavill's doing Highlander. They're remaking Highlander.
I know you don't like dead air, but I needed you to see that face, Joe. The fuck? Get fucked by Highlander.
What?
He's not in the suit and the cape flying above the world looking like a
Did you watch The Witcher?
Superman.
Did you watch The Witcher?
And you know what I thought?
The 3 seasons of The Witcher? And
why the fuck did they put that badass wig on him? Who directed that? Tyler Perry? Like, stop it. Bro. Stop it, Joe. My red Solo cup is almost done.
hey, read that comment right there.
Hey, people. Hey, Cedar. Like Mama Cedar.
Oh.
No. Like, listen, JW, I'm going to say this. I will make a more realistic bet with you than that whole watching Wicked 1,000 times bet. I will say this, because this movie is so highly anticipated. When it comes out, I will go see the movie and I will give you my honest opinion. And if it is honestly greater than what I expected and it was worth the anticipation, I will come on your show.
I will one up
just
that.
to say I was fucking wrong.
I will one up that. I will take him to the movie.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, like, I might even enjoy the movie, but is it worth the anticipation? Nah, man. I'm gonna tell you about anticipation, J-Dub. That's your new name because you got a black friend now, J-Dub. Anticipation is a motherfucker. I remember being the right age of 15. And there was this girl that I liked. This is not a Christmas story. But she did give me a present.
Not when I'm drinking, damn it.
And it was highly anticipated, my friend. Woo, it was highly anticipated. It was not worth the admission. I promise you this. I promise you, J-Dub. It was not, well, for me it was, because I got off quick. Not for her. I think that was probably the first time that she had ever heard the saying, "This is not a marathon, this is a sprint. Bitch, you better finish before I do." That's how I feel about highly anticipated things. Screw that.
And the Solo cup is empty now.
Not really. I said, like, I keep sipping it. You got to keep a little bit going. I do want to say this to everybody that has been watching since the first show. I do greatly appreciate it. My whole point in going into People Are Liars is just to go into the point of going there, but not being a liar. Next year, I expect that next year will be better. These last 2 months have been great for me. The anticipation. I don't think that people understood what went into this. I had a conversation with someone toward the end of 2023 about starting my own podcast. And through procrastination and hesitation, I didn't do it. But for whatever reason, when I had the conversation with Joe, it just clicked and it made sense. And yeah, there was some hiccups. Again, I'm 50%, 2 times late, 2 times on time. And I could have wrote it off to black people are always late. We run off of CP time. But no, the reality of it is, and Joe can tell you, I hated it. We would talk after the show and I would talk about how much that bothered me. Like, that was the only thing that consumed my mind because I want this show to be great. And so I'm glad that you follow me now. And although you only have a handful of shows to base your opinion on, I do want you to know I have things planned for next year. And God willing, as long as I get to see every day that I do a show, they will get better to the point that you, or rather I, and this show will become highly anticipated. Ah, you see what I did there, J Dub? You're welcome. Fuck your Superman.
Oh, wait a minute. We got something here. So no, JW lives just a little bit north of Orlando. So
really,
yeah, how about this?
I will come down and visit. No, how about we come up to you? Here's
No. I always go no down here. Yes.
What? What theater do we have that is worthy of the
Fort
presence
Pierce?
of J. We can do that one. Okay, we can do that one. We can do that one. They got liquor. They got like real liquor. Okay, that's fine. Listen,
barely knew her.
Yeah, and on top of that, you got a straight shot to 95 and Turnpike if shit goes south. So yeah, like we matter of fact, we can make that a thing. We can make that, because here's the worst part though, right? Because what you and I know, Joe, is that he's gonna see it before we do. Because that's what he does. So we're gonna have to curb his enthusiasm to try to rub it in our face like, oh, I told you so. But I think that'd be a great idea. I think we should do that. Dude, I'm so excited. To the network, big plans. Yeah, definitely. I think the one thing, and Joe can tell you this, I definitely appreciated the love that I got from you when I came to your show. I love what it is that you do. I talk shit because that's what I do. But I talk shit out of respect. I respect what you do. I respect your opinion. Even if I don't agree with it.
Don't bring up Chris Reeves again, please.
No, I'm a Fat Cavill fan. So I'm going to love Fat Cavill until proven different. But I think, like, the one thing that I had learned when I started doing comedy and I would hit the stage is that you'll be surprised how many disrespectful people you bump into who will see what you do, see that you do it well, and then downplay it like it's something they can do. Me, I could never do what you do because I'm biased. Like if I don't like a person for whatever reason, I don't like them. I don't give a fuck how good the movie is. I'm gonna be like, that movie sucked because he was in it. You know how long after I watched The Color Purple it took me to like Danny Glover? I was like, this motherfucker.
Wow. Okay.
It took me probably Lethal Weapon 2 to start liking Danny Glover because all I could do was picture how he was in The Color Purple. I'm that guy. Like, so I know what you do takes a level of skill. I respect that. But yeah, no. I think we should do that. I think it'll be great for us and our camaraderie as fellow creators on the network, as well as it would be great for the network because now it's kind of like when you have those shows where they bleed over into other shows, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, and all of that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to bring you to the hood. Fort Pierce is the hood. You might want to look that up.
What is he saying here? I will see it Thursday. I talk shit back and I can give as good as I get. Respect is earned and hope you and I can make this amazing and bust balls. Yeah.
Definitely. Don't play with my balls though. At this stage, I need them. I need them for decoration. You know,
you've never complained in the past.
Well, shit happens. Whatever. I change. I have the right to. This is my New Year's resolution. Oh man, listen, I am so excited. Right, so. My granddaughter.
Can you plug the next episode, or are you not there yet?
I'm not there yet. Here's what I'm actually, but I'm going to give you this, right? So, in what I stated last, which is how I anticipate next year to be so great, I need to get with him to confirm that he's willing to do the first show of the new year, or will it be the second show? But it's definitely going to be in January. He told me he's okay with doing the first show, but at that point in time, it wasn't until I had the conversation with Joe that he pointed out the first show is like the second of
January 2nd.
January. I don't want to don't want to rush something that is going to be so great.
So it's going to be the 2nd or the 16th.
You're right. It's either going to be the 2nd or the 16th. But my guess for that date
my God,
going to be so big. Here's
like
what
no
I would
bullshit.
tell you. No bullshit. Here's what I would tell you without telling you. I met this young man. Oh shit, probably around 2012. And I've watched him from that time to this time become what he is. And although he's younger than me, just his drive and his desire to be the best at what he does has shown up in his life so greatly. I had to reach out to him and tell him, I need you on my show. I need to have this conversation. I need people to see you. I need them to understand who you are. I will say this, probably a couple years ago, he had a video that went so viral that what it did for him was catapult him beyond where he was at that time. And what I mean by that, that's not a slight. It just, sometimes you need that moment. You need a Joe to believe in what it is that you already believed in your mind. You just didn't have the way to bring it to the table. And so then they come to you and they offer you an opportunity to say, hey, I love the conversations we have. And I think people on my network would love you. I fucking think you should do it. To make you say, okay. So with this gentleman, he had this video. It went viral. From there, he ended up being like a spokesperson for the NFL team in his area. And so he would do spots on the local channel for their tailgating. Like, this dude is so amazing. So I'm hoping that the 2nd is not too early for him, and that he's not too wrapped up in the festivities surrounding the 1st, that he can do it so that I can get this year started off great. But even if it's the 16th, listen, it doesn't lose any mustard. It doesn't lose any steam. It doesn't lose any heat. We're going to fucking have a fucking great 2025. And it's going to start off very well. I think already just with certain things that have happened. I think, me coming along as the new guy, being welcomed open arm by J-Dub, when people, I'm sorry, I'm going to be urban a little bit. When people fuck with you, and when people don't fuck with you. And I never got the impression from J-Dub he didn't fuck with me. And so I feel like once you are welcomed in and you can see how people are, the foundation of what the Indie Network was built upon and what it's growing to be is just so exciting for me. And it's not even my network. Like, I'm just on the network. So I'm happy to know J-Dub. We definitely got to do the Superman thing. I love the addition of Troy Hill, because on a personal level, now I'm not the only Black person here. But at the same time, it also shows where we're trying to go with it. And so I'm glad to be a part of it.
And we appreciate you being here.
Yeah, man. I'm about to kill this cup. So say what you're going to say, and then we're going to close it out.
No, we're just going to watch you drink.
Awesome. With that being said, I love Christmas. I'm going to watch Hallmark movies all the way up to Christmas night. I'm going to enjoy the season. I'm going to enjoy the fun, the joy, and the love that I'm going to be able to see through my granddaughter's eyes as she experiences Christmas through her timeline. I look forward to the new year.
You're going to have to read this one, man, because if I do, I'm going to cry. So.
Oh, man. Raven says, really appreciate the network this last year.
Loud and Nerdy.
Loud and Nerdy was the first thing I did socially after Randy passed. Wow. The
constant of hearing you all laugh with. Okay. I got bits and pieces last year, half. Thanks, guys, and happy holidays. Great seeing the network grow. We appreciate that. We appreciate you, Raven. Absolutely. I mean, you're always chiming in. We love that. And Raven, I don't know what state you're in, but if you're down here in Florida, you got to join us sometime.
Definitely, and that's the thing. And I think for me, man, I appreciate you guys. Raven, I appreciate you because you have definitely been on every show that I've been on. Whether it was the introducing of me through other people's shows, as well as now my fourth show. So I do want to say I thank you all. I appreciate you. I wish that you and your family have a happy holiday, whatever that may be, Christmas, Hanukkah, or whatever traditional festivities you participate in. And then I wish you a healthy and a prosperous new year. So although this will be the last time that we'll talk this year, I look forward to seeing you next year. And we're gonna pick up where we left off, and hopefully we're gonna gain more momentum than we've already done. Um, I would go to Florida, but I'm afraid of the damn Florida man. I'm always seeing him in the news. Listen, let me tell you something. Ken,
DeSantis?
ooh,
We don't get political here. We don't get political
but
here.
I almost said something. That motherfucker ain't from Florida. Listen, but the true Florida man, listen, Ken. That's very wise of you, sir. You can come to the Florida Georgia line. That's about as close, but stay on the Georgia side. Florida man he's an interesting character. We don't know who he is, but we know he exists and he is always around.
But we've never seen him and Robert at the same time.
Never, because you can't have incriminating evidence. So,
so you have any shows coming up, man?
No, man, no. Actually, right now I don't. I think the thing that I'm most excited about, and again, I'm not gonna keep giving people free advertisement, but I did see an advertisement today wherein they are now officially reopening the West Palm Beach Improv, which will then start to allow me more opportunities. Not saying that I'm a shoe-in, but it gives me more work on a greater stage. She and I, the person that runs the West Palm Improv, we do have a healthy relationship. I am very consistent in what I do. So once I reach out to her, that I'm not worried about. But yeah, this year is gonna go out.
Are you late to those shows too?
Yeah, but not because of me though. Like it's generally because of my wife. My wife likes to. I never really understood it. My wife likes to look great for my shows, but nobody is coming to see her. But her rationale behind it is, well, baby, at this stage in the game, like you're not the person that's opening up the show. So if we're 15 minutes late, it's no harm, no foul. You're not late to getting on the stage.
Oh, I'll let you take this one too.
Oh, the three of us are the Indie Network Florida men, LOL, without meth and more interested in movies and TV. I agree. Definitely no meth. No meth. I'm high on life. Well, tonight, Crown and pineapple, but generally speaking, I'm high on life. So yeah, man. Hey, we really got to get this thing locked in, get a date. We're gonna do the Superman movie. And yeah.
It's July, right? July.
Oh, that's even better. That's around my birthday. So this should be great. It better be highly anticipated because if you fuck up my birthday month with a
wait, you have a birthday month? It's not like you're turning 50. You're turning fucking 49.
God damn it, I'm black. Some of us who wasn't promised to make it this far. Oh, that's fucked up. But I'm fucked up enough to say it. So listen.
All right, we're gonna start wrapping this up.
Are we though?
Well,
July 11th.
July
that's 4 days. That's 4 days after my birthday. So that'll be perfect. So yeah, let's get to wrapping it up. Hey, what you want to say, Joe? No. Back out. Let's go to you.
Oh, this is your gig, not mine.
This is my gig, but you are as much, actually, more the indie network than myself. So with everybody else on hiatus and such, until next year, is there anything that you want to say?
everybody.
Ooh, I just
Again,
burped.
I got to be a salesman because it's the network. If you could kindly
Yeah.
go to our socials, hit the like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Again, doesn't cost you a thing, means the world to us. We greatly appreciate it. And I don't have the happy holiday one like JW did. I'm a slacker.
No, it's okay. I mean, hell, you made my moniker. You gave me a whole Santa hat and everything to match the beard. Look, we did it. We did it. Listen, thus far it has been a great 2024, and for me, it's going to end on a great note. I'm happy to be here on the Indie Network. I'm happy for the people that tune in.
Indie Network is copyrighted.
I'm sorry, Indie Escape Network. My apologies. The Indie Escape Network. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that this year is ending on a great note, and I'm glad that I'm already excited for what's going to happen. I had already started lining this guy up. Probably right after the last show that we did. So I'm excited for how the year is going to start, and as long as the year goes off with a bang, the way that I want it to, man, I have other people that I want to bring on. Some of which I have to bring J Dub on because he's loud and he's a nerd. But it's going to be great, and I think that I'm happy to be here. I'm happy you guys are here. I'm not going to say it again. The new year is going to be great. We're going to be great, and I thank you for tuning in.
And we appreciate you being here as well. Let's see. Last comment of the night. JW, here's to a happy holidays and prosperous 2025 for all of us, and excited for Superman.
Put me back on the goddamn screen.
All right.
Okay, I'm done.
No. You don't get off that easy.
Superman. You know
the thing that bothers me about, I saw clips or I saw pictures of the trailer, and Nathan, what the hell is it? Nathan Fallon? Is that how you pronounce his last name? Him at
who's the dude with the bad hair?
That's him.
The mushroom cup.
That's what you talking about? Yeah, Green Lantern. Yeah,
Green Lantern.
Yeah. I hope. I mean, Nathan Fallon. I think that's his last name. He's been wanting to play Green Lantern for years, but not that Green Lantern. So I mean,
listen.
We'll, I'm sorry, Nathan Guy Gardner Bold Cut. Yeah. So I didn't have the right last name, and JW's yelling at me. Yeah.
Listen, I don't care about none of that. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. There's been some roles I wanted to play in my life. It doesn't necessarily mean that I was cut out for. And that bowl cut.
That was the character in the comics, though. I mean, it's comic book accurate, but he looks ridiculous in my opinion. But I think James Gunn is trying to do all this to throw everybody off, and
that's fine. We'll see how that turns out.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, July 11th, JW, Robert Bass, not Bass, will be seeing the new Superman movie.
Yeah.
And then we are going to do a live broadcast.
Ooh.
We'll figure it out.
We will figure it out. We can make that happen now.
I know we can. Do you have... what the fuck is he saying now? Last comment. Seriously, Hal Jordan is the new Green Lantern. Show the kid from Rebel Ridge and Jon Stewart. I like Jon Stewart. I like the thought of Jon Stewart.
Rebel Ridge. Isn't that the one where the guy rode the bicycle along next side the prison bus like he was some kind of... Okay. All right.
You do realize that there's a black Green Lantern.
Yeah, I do. Well, here's the thing, right? So, ironically, the guy from Rebel Ridge also played in the series Krypton. But I'm not gonna show my loud or nerdy part, okay? we gonna move on. July 11th, we're gonna find out if Superman is worth its highly anticipated stamp, and we'll go from there.
We should so do it at the Improv.
Shit.
In West Palm? I mean, that's only 45 minutes south of us. So.
It is. And it's actually, based upon the advertisement, supposed to be in Wellington. In some way, shape, or form, a part of the Wellington Mall. I don't know. Somewhere in that area. That's what was mentioned. But, I mean, the closer we get to it, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're 7 months out.
We're 7 months out.
So, all right, I'm going to give you the floor, man. What do you got going on? What do you got to plug?
Man, I ain't got to plug shit. Listen, Christmas is in a week. Less than a week from now. I hope that everybody enjoys it with their family. I'm going to enjoy it with mine. I'm going to enjoy it with my wife, my kids, my granddaughter, and then I'm going to enjoy the new year. And I'll be back the beginning of the year if everything goes the way that I hope that it'll go. The first show is going to go off without a bang, and it's going to be epic. Outside of that, for other shit that I may do on the side, you can always check me out on TikTok for as long as we have it, because supposedly that's about to be shut down. But I'm comedian Robert Bass on there. I'm also comedian Robert Bass on Facebook. And I am World Klass Clown on Instagram. Class is with a K, all one word.
Just like that, another episode of the Indie Escape Network presents World Klass Clown with Robert Bass.
Yeah, and I'm Robert Bass.
I got to press buttons now. I got to figure out what I'm doing.
Oh, man. What is life without fun?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us. We appreciate it. Have a great holiday season. Happy New Year. We will return January 2nd. Good night.
Good night.